Good morning, students. So today we'll start chapter number 3, ICT skills. So the full form of ICT is information and computer technology. And so as you know that nowadays each of us all are dependent on computer, or we can say that each of us are dependent on technology in our daily life. Be it working in starting from school, keeping fit in gym, cooking in kitchen, playing sports in club, direction on the way, you require technology at every steps. So keeping fit in gym means you can see there are some devices, technological devices or fit watches that keeps a track on our health or BP or how much calories are burned. Then cooking in kitchen, there are lots of YouTube videos where you can see and cook, you can learn from it. Playing sports in a club, nowadays technologies are used to track the speed of a ball, means then highlights, then those means different technologies are used to check whether the player is out or not. Then using GPS we can find ways. So we need technology in every steps. Technology helps to keeps in touch with the people who are away from us, like Facebook and all. We can use Facebook or Instagram and we can connect with people who are away from us. We don't need pen and paper in offices. Everything is done in computer. Take the mobile technology for example. The faster the world is moving, the more high-end and features are offered. As you can see, mobile phones are upgraded every year. Not every year, but every month you can see different mobile phones are launched with different features, added features. Now there are mobile phones which have 108 megapixels, then 48 megapixel, 64 megapixel. Front cameras are coming with 44 megapixel, then 13 megapixel. You have seen these types of mobile phones are upgraded. Mobile phone games, so lots of means upgraded version games are there. Real time, you can play with the real time players around the globe. So you can say that technology is changing at a very fast way. After 1 year or 2 year, you just can't imagine whatever we are imagining now. Maybe it will happen just in 3-4 months. What will happen in 2-3 years, it is not possible to imagine. New technology like 5G is also coming. I heard that Reliance Jio and other networks, they are working on 5G technologies. So soon 5G will be launched. There are mobile phones are already there where you will means 5G is already supported. In past few decades, information and communication technology have provided society with a vast array of new communication capabilities. For example, people can communicate in real time with others in different countries using this technology, such as instant messaging. So there are different messaging app, and Zoom, you already know about it, how Zoom has helped during this lockdown. Voice over IP, VoIP, and video conferencing. So these are the technologies through which we can talk to people in real time. Social networking websites like Facebook, Instagram allows users from all over the world to remain in contact and communicate anytime and from anywhere. So all of you have Facebook and Instagram account, and you already know about it, how that you can communicate with anyone anytime. Modern information and communication technology have created a global village. So it is called a global village because everyone has come near to each other. You just means you have to just call them, means real time video communication. You can call if someone is in another side of the globe. You can just see that person in your mobile screen as if that person is just next to you. So that's why it is called global village, where people can communicate with other across the world as if they are living next door. Technology is being implemented in almost every aspects of life. Its acceptance and learning how to use technology in whatever you do is very important. As the technology keeps on evolving, changes is expected, as what worked yesterday do not work today. You might have already seen that if your mobile phone is of means outdated Android, then many apps will not support in your mobile phone. Sometime if you see to update your app, it will show that you need to update your app application, but when you click on update, you will see that application does not support your phone, and maybe your phone is just 2 years or 3 years old. Okay, so at a very fast speed technology is changing. What will happen means what you are working with today might not work for tomorrow. So it is better to stay up to date with new emerging technology and learn how to embrace and use them in your daily life. Even it is seen that in America or in another country, drones are used for means delivering foods. Here we are still using a mobile phone app. We order and a person will come and deliver our food through Zomato or Swiggy. But in America they are using drone for supplying foods. So just imagine what will happen after like 1 year or 2 years. So ICT tools are the objects that are used in information and communication technology. For example, mobile phone, computer, radio, television, newspaper, charts and network hardware, software, satellite system and so on. Everything includes in ICT tool, as well as various services and applications associated with them, such as video conferencing. UNESCO has defined ICT as form of technology that are used to transmit, process, store, create, display, share or exchange information by electronic means. So using electronic means, if you are transmitting information, like I am transferring this video to your mobile phone or your computer, then it is processed, it is stored in your mobile phone, or it is stored in YouTube's database. Then I have already created this video, this displayed in YouTube, I am sharing with you, exchanging information. So this is a part of ICT. So we are using actually ICT while doing this class. ICT tools also include smartphones, tablets, TV and radio. Smartphone and tablets. Mobile phones are ICT tools for talking to people, but smartphones are more advanced with a lot of communication utility features. So all of you are using a smartphone, you know about smartphones. So these smartphones are really advanced. Tablets are devices that chalk out the perfect balance between smartphones and laptops. So tablets are like in between a laptop and in between a smartphone. It is not completely a small smartphone, and also it is not completely a laptop. It's a bigger, tablets are generally bigger than mobile phone but smaller than laptop, and you can also attach a keyboard with a tablet and you can work. A tablet can be defined as a portable notebook that is built on mobile operating system platform. It is different from smartphone in terms of look, overall feel and benefit. So if you see a tablet, it's bigger than a mobile phone. The feeling is bit different. It has more benefits compared to a mobile phone. Tablets essay the role of mini laptops, an upgraded version of smartphones that can accompany you anywhere, anytime, so you can carry with you. Even though both tablets and smartphones have a similar form factors and almost identical touch-oriented interface, these two types of devices are worlds apart in terms of user behavior. Tablets might seem like an enlarged version of smartphone, but they are in fact devices with their own unique audience. So though they might look like similar to a smartphone, which means a bigger smartphone, but they have a unique audience. Those who use the tablets, they already know about the difference between the smartphone and a tablet. The activities they are used for are notably different. In many ways, smartphones seem better because they are carried everywhere. Means it is very easy to carry in your pocket or in your bag. They have a constant internet connections and are used for communication devices. It is used in daily activities like sending and receiving emails and messages, sharing pictures using different apps, then phone calls, stay connected with social medias, whereas tablets are not taken everywhere. Means since tablets are a bit bigger, you cannot put inside in your pocket. Either you have to carry in your hand or you have to carry a bag for your tablet. And are not the same type of communication device and does not have all the utility features of a smartphone. Means whatever features are available in a smartphone, every features are not included in a tablet. Tablets are larger display and is on par and smaller laptops, allowing you to get more done. Of course, the virtual keyboard uses up half of the display, so you have less screen to work with when you are actually working. So you know there is a virtual keyboard, means whenever you want to type a message, a virtual keyboard appears. So since the tablet has a larger screen, so the keyboard occupies half of the screen in a tablet. Tablet is ideal for some tasks and suitable for many, but there are still a variety of scenario where a laptop or a smartphone might be a better choice. Consider the pros and cons on each mobile device and choose the best tool for task in hand. So your first question today will be, how a tablet is better than a laptop or a smartphone. Just write 4 points and you have to submit it. Okay, so I'm repeating the question again. What are the 4 benefits of tablet over laptop and smartphone? Commonly used application. Apps are software programs. So you know about applications. There are certain application in your mobile phone, and using those application, it becomes for us, means it becomes easier for us to work in a mobile phone. Some of the apps are already present on the phone or tablet and are referred as default apps. So there are certain default apps in your mobile phone. Then besides, there are hundreds of other apps that can be purchased and downloaded free of cost from online stores such as Google Play Store for Android and Apple App Store for Apple. So you already know about Play Store, where you can download different type of applications. Then there are certain applications which you have to buy. So these are the applications and their descriptions are there. You are all expert, you already know about this thing. I don't have to explain about this, like Gmap, clock, photos, camera, messages, phone, calendar, web browser, mail, music, Google Play Store. These are all application. Then mobile phone layout. So this is the basic layout of a mobile phone, like speaker, front camera, power key. This is the screen. Then below you will see a charging point, earphone jack, microphone. Then at the back side, flash, GPS antenna, microphone, rear camera, SIM and memory card. Means with different phones have different slots for SIM card and memory, so it varies from mobile phone to mobile phone. And these are the features, means what are the things which are normally there. Nowadays there are different type of USB port also, like C type chargers and different type of chargers. Basic features, you can see cellular network connectivity, chargeable battery. Once a battery is finished, it can be recharged again. So global positioning systems, GPS, you already know about this thing. This point you see on your own, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Then tap, just by single click you can tap in. If any of you are using Vivo, you already know about double tap. You can use these gestures to on your screen or close, means off your screen using the double tap. Then by dragging you can browse through photos and all. Then pinch, spread, press, these are certain features which we can use for means if suppose you want to zoom up pictures, you can pinch like this. If you want to zoom out, then you can again pinch it. Then holding a few seconds on an app, you can uninstall it or remove from your phone. Okay, so this portion is done. Then fill in the blanks, true and false, answer the following. Question number A and B are already given, answers are given, so no need to do. Okay, so parts of computers and peripheral devices. So there are different parts in a computer. So computer is one of the most brilliant invention of a mankind. It has now become an integral part of our life. Means we need computer in every step of our life. Computer does not mean that laptop or a desktop you have to carry. Even a mobile phone is a computer. Even a small calculator is a computer. You have a smartwatch, that is also a computer. So this everything computer has become a very important part in our life. Computers are used as input-output system for various applications, ranging for simple, complex or complex calculation. So simple calculation can be done. Even scientists use it for some complex calculation. Computers are being used in various organizations like railways, airline, banks, school, universities, hospital. These are so many organizations are there where computers are used. It is also used by children for games and education. Earlier computer was really famous for playing games. Nowadays most of the children, they use mobile phone for playing games. You already know about it. And also now you are using mobile phone for your education activities. Experts have developed system that recognize human voice and talk like human being. If you have used Google Assistant, you know about it. Like Alexa is also there, which recognize human voice and they can talk, means they can reply us like a human being. It is amazing how fast you go from one computer to the next, needing more memory, more speed, but never finding enough. My first computer, yeah, it was of I think 512 MB RAM and 80 GB memory. So I thought, wow, 80 GB is more, but within a few days installing games and movies, my 80 GB was over. Then I had to upgrade it to 512 GB. Again, my 512 GB was also not enough. Then I had to buy 1 TB external hard disk. So in my 1 TB hard disk, almost 800 GB, I have all movies. So from 80 GB to 1 TB, memories are never enough for us. My mobile phone has now 8 GB RAM. Earlier my first mobile phone, I think 512 MB RAM was there. So where 512 MB RAM and now 8 GB of RAM, it means it was different. Just in a 4 year it has changed in such a way. So we need more speed, we need more memory, and even we get more memory, more speed, it is never enough for us. If possible, we need more, maybe 1 TB RAM or some more than a TB. We'll need memory in future. So basic computer system: screens, USB, means pen drive, mouse, keyboard, mic, hard disk. You already know about this hardware part. Mainly computer contains hardware and software. These are all means hardware which you can see and you can touch, and softwares are something which you cannot touch and feel. So these are softwares. Softwares can be divided into two parts: system software and application software. And computer does not have brain on its own. It's a machine, and it understand only on pulse and off pulse, that is 1 and 0. It can understand only 1 and 0. It means that we can give input to the computer, it will process that input, and later we will get an output. So this is known as the IPO cycle. A computer accepts data that is fed by the user using input devices, either keyboard or mouse. And processing, you know about processors like i3, i5, i7. These are known as the processor, or you can say that's the CPU, which performs operations on means on the input that we give on the data. Then finally output we get from in the form of printed form or in the monitor. Also speaker also is a kind of output device. Then storage, these results are actually stored in the computer. Then input devices: keyboard, mouse, these are all input devices. Keyboard includes design performing specific, so you already know about keyboards. There are different type of keys: alt, control, del, enter, escape. These are known as the special keys. Then functional keys, directional keys. Then mouse, nowadays it's optical mouse. Earlier there were semi-optical mouse, then mechanical mouse were there. Okay, now we are using optical laser mouse that has a red light under and a laser mouse user. We also have wireless mouse, right? So in a mouse there are like single click to select a program, double click to select or open a program, and drag. We can select, and without releasing the mouse button we can drag it. Joystick is a pointing device. You know about joystick. Joystick is used for playing games. Scanner, we can scan it. There are two types of scanner, that is handheld scanner and flatbed. This is the flatbed scanner, and this is a handheld scanner. You have to take that scanner and drag over the place whatever you want to scan. And handheld scanners are like printer. You have to lift this portion, place a paper or whatever you want to scan. Then you have to close this lid and then click on the software, means scanner software side, and it can be scanned. Touchscreen is also an input device. Mouse, mobile phone. You are using your mobile phones are touchscreen mobile phone, and there are certain computer which are touchscreen computer. Also in ATMs you can see. Then restaurant information kiosk. These features are, I think it is not implemented till now here in Guwahati. In outside there are certain restaurants whose menus are actually in the way of touchscreen, or even in a table. In the table where you sit, you have to select whatever you want to eat. You have to select in that table itself. You can select it and your order will be ready, and the person will bring to your table. Then barcode reader, you already have seen in shopping malls where barcode readers are used for scanning a code. This such type of black and white codes. Some numbers are also written there. and against it in the bill you will see that one item name, then how much you have brought, like 1 piece or 2 piece. Then again price will also be displayed. Then if some discount is applicable, the discount will also be visible. Then OCR, optical character recognition. So OCR might be something new for you. So this OCR is, nowadays there are certain application in mobile phone also. So OCR, what it does, suppose suppose a paper, these things are written using OCR. What you can do, you can scan this particular sentence and you can search. Suppose there is a question in mathematics, you are unable to solve it. So what you can do, using OCR you can scan that question, and if you have internet connection, then you will get the reply or the answer of the solution of that result of that question. Then OMR, you already have seen OMR sheets where you have to darken the circle. Means question is there, 4 options are there, A, B, C, D. Whichever option you feel is you find that it is correct, you circle it, right? So those are known as OMR sheet, and those OMR sheet are read by optical mark reader. Means a machine is there like this, that OMR sheet will be inserted from one side and it will scan and get all the results. So that is OMR. Now output devices, monitor, which is which displays, means which we can visually see something in a monitor. Types of monitors, I think it is not given in this book. So there are different type of monitors: LCD monitors, LED monitors. Earlier there were CRT monitors, means big monitors where backsides were also there. Then speakers and headphones. Many of you might be using now headphone, and speakers are also there. If we connect it to the speaker to a computer, we can get output. Web camera, you know about webcam. Normally in laptops webcams are already installed, but for desktop you have to externally buy and you have to connect it. In computer, in mobile phone also we already have front camera. Then printer, using printer we can print out in a form of hardware. So there are 2 types of printer, one is laser printer and inkjet printers. So laser printer offers very high speed and excellent print quality, and inkjet printers are very cheap and easily available. So both are I think both the type of printers you have already seen. Inside CPU. So let's stop here. We'll start with inside CPU in the next class. Thank you.